Hi. Welcome to our show.
Well, hi, everybody!
Coming to you somewhat live and semi-weekly from the Quad M World headquarters located in Helena's scenic North Valley. It's the Quad M Show. Here are your hosts, TJ and Jason.
I want to thank everyone who's been tuning in, checking us out, and listening. Want to thank our regulars out of Boardman, Oregon, Menlo Park, California, Salt Lake City, Utah. our bots from Shenzhen are visiting us one more time.
Oh, I love my bots.
Thank you, China.
Ni-How.
Ni-Howdy. Out in the UK, we got some folks checking in. Great Falls, of course, here the hometown, Helena. Flowery Branch, Georgia, as well as Sheridan, Georgia. Lawrenceville, Georgia is checking in. So we're the peaches are digging us.
Great. I'm allergic to peaches.
New York, Studio City, California, Thompsonville, Michigan. I don't know where that's at. I'm going to assume some kind of Detroit suburb there. And yeah, that's pretty much all the folks there. That it isn't just saying United States. Apparently, some IP addresses will just say U.S. and that's it. So
good for them.
Good for them. All you Americans checking us out. Good on you.
Team America, fuck yeah.
Be like the Chinese. Listen to the Quad M Show. Well, as we get into it, good sir, how was your week?
Ugh. Fucking gulping down ibuprofens like crazy. Fucking fell and hurt my back a few weeks ago at work.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and I just can't get into the doctor because they want to see me in the morning. I got to work in the morning, so
yeah,
I have to. I'm supposed to be going like a couple times a week, but like once every 2 weeks when I request a day off is all I can get in.
Like a chiropractor or a doctor? Okay.
Yep. I haven't been able to see the other doctor yet because she doesn't work on weekends and only sees me in the morning, so can only see people in the morning.
That must be quite a gig if you're able to afford just to work until noon.
Well, if they had if I went to the doctors like they wanted me to, I'd only be working 2 days a week. So
So you got that going for you.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So it's either I see the doctor or get a paycheck.
And unfortunately, in today's world, those are pretty much the options.
Yeah.
And that's I get it, man. I mean, that's just a bunch of horse shit as far as that goes. But,
Yep. Oh well.
Yeah. Well, I've had pretty much a week of misery myself. We get done recording the show last Friday, right? And everything's good in the world, I bounding out of the house with a skip in my step and a song in my heart, and and all that type of bullshit. And I drop you off, and I go to the local watering hole to have myself one or two, before coming home, just because I'm an adult and I can, right? So we get done here, about 9:30, 10 o'clock?
Sure.
Somewhere around in there. And I take you back, and then I go and hit, and goddamn, I think it was about 11:30 or midnight, and the switch just flipped. And usually before I get like a cold or the flu or whatever it is, usually the body's version of spider sense will tingle a little bit first.
Yep.
There was no early warning system that went off this time.
Aha. Just like diarrhea. Congratulations, you're sick right now.
No, that was later in the week. So
now go lay in bed and pee out your butt.
Don't forget a bucket. But yeah, no, I start off with my usual shot and a beer. Goes down good. So load up the second one, and in the midst of the second one, I go ahead and I take a pause to go outside, enjoy myself a nice cigarette. And I think I was maybe about halfway through, and then all of a sudden, boom, the switch flipped, and all of a sudden I'm just like congested, dizzy, lightheaded. Where the fuck am I? What am I having, a goddamn aneurysm or whatever? And then I took the one like actual real breath, and then I could just feel it. I could feel the virus spreading its tendrils across my body. It's like, well, shit, all right, well, might as well just enjoy the rest of the evening and, be aware of the fact that tomorrow morning is going to be the beginning of a nightmare. And so, I have maybe one or two more, and, I wrap it up for the night and, get home and lay down and waking up secure in the knowledge that and sure as shit, I wake up and I can barely breathe through my nose. I can certainly feel my head as it's sitting there pulsating, not from any level of hangover, but just from the cold, congestion, the absolute shits worth of feeling. And I honestly did not start getting better until that following Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like about midday Wednesday. That's why, for a lot of the kids out there, they'll expect the show to come out on Monday. And there were people that were in there, at 10 o'clock Mountain Time, because usually I have it scheduled. Friday, 10 a.m. Mountain, noon Eastern, boom, the show is there. It's ready to go for all four people's listening enjoyment. And it wasn't there until Tuesday, because Saturday and Sunday, I honestly couldn't even sit up long enough to do any level of editing whatsoever. I mean, I was basically in bed the entire time.
Awesome.
Oh, it was fantastic, my friend. I think probably Monday was the worst because I had said piss on it. I was going up and down and all that type of shit. And I decided to go to bed about 6 o'clock. I was just physically, I just can't take it anymore. So I loaded up on the NyQuil pills and liquid and cough syrup. I probably realistically shouldn't have woken up the next morning at all.
Well,
at the level I was over medicating. But 16 hours in bed. I woke up, I think, once at like 11 p.m., once at 2 in the morning, and then finally at 10 a.m., I'm like, I think someone needs to get up now. But it was like a good 2.5 days of just bed with just blech, just across the board. And at least now, I kind of sound like shit, kind of stuffed up and nasally, but at this point, it's just clearing out and getting rid of all that savory lung butter, and boy, good times. But so there was that. There's my week for you. Sickness and illness, and we'll have to burn the sheets here within the next whatever.
Ooh, burning! I got to burn stuff.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What did you burn?
What was it? Oh, Sunday. It was it's tax season, so you got your old tax documents and stuff. And
Okay.
and so I burned them because, no one can tape together ashes. But it was funny. Like Sunday, it was pretty nice. Well, as far as winter goes, it was like, high 20s.
Yeah, we were back into the positive double digits.
Yes.
As opposed to the week before.
So, and I know you don't outside much, but when you build a fire in the daytime, it's hard to tell how big your fire is.
Right. Yes.
So I'm out there and it's like a whole garbage bag full of papers and shit. And I got this fire going. I got this, and it's in one of those portable, or not portable, but patio fire pit things. It's like the metal fire pit that's on a stand. It's like a big bowl on a stand.
You got your bowl on the bottom. It's like I know, yeah.
And
then you got the lid you can put on top of it.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And so I just had the bowl part out in the yard because the stand was frozen to the ground underneath the deck still.
Okay.
And now the bowl is frozen to the yard.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I built this fucking fire. And I didn't realize how out of hand my fire got until I was standing about 10 feet from the fire in my t-shirt going, It was a good time. I roasted some hot dogs and stuff. Had my own self a little backyard excursion thing, I guess.
Come on down to Jason's Camp Cookout. Weenies and s'mores, everybody. Weenies and s'mores.
Nah, I'm not a huge s'mores fan. Too
Oh,
much.
you don't like s'mores?
Too much sweet all in one Ugh.
Yeah, okay. If you don't have the sweet tooth,
I've got a sweet tooth, but it's just too.
it's
much.
diabetic level sweet tooth.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. That sticky stuff. That's diabetes.
No, I'll partake in a s'more, but not because I just don't have the sweet tooth. Period. And I mean, it's like sometimes maybe I'll like a nice crackle, maybe. But yeah, just in general, I'm not a sugary kind of guy.
Right.
My problem is the greasy. And that's why, we'll talk about him later on. But I'm pretty sure, unless I change my ways dietarily pretty quick, I will be going the route of Kevin Smith.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much a shoe-in with the level of greasy that I partake in. So I just need to kind of whittle that down a little bit.
Huh.
No more pizza ranch for TJ, I think is kind of what it's boiling down to.
Pizza ranch.
Oh, it's so good. I dig the pizza ranch. Best chicken in town.
Really?
I will take it above. There's a local place called the Suds Hut, and that's supposed to have the best. I'll take the pizza ranch over there
Really?
every day of the week. Yeah.
Pizza ranch has the best fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I think so, and I know a couple other people that do.
Huh. I'll be damned. I've never been there, so. But, I spend like 40 hours a week at a pizza place, so.
Right.
I don't exactly get home and be like, yeah, let's go get some pizza.
Well, see, but and the thing is, we've had this discussion before as far as my I've become a contradiction to myself. Because, as we've talked many times before about me with the old man and his penchant for buffet-style dining.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, he was the one that got me hooked on Pizza Ranch out in Butte.
Okay.
And so when they were opening up here in town, I'm like, God, this is going to destroy everything that I've built my foundation on in regards to, because for you new listeners, I don't like the buffet style dining because, quite frankly, it's not that I don't trust employees. I don't trust other people. Kids, grimy
Right.
hands, coughing, and they got a sneeze guard. Yeah, well, if you cough in your fucking hand and then you reach down, it doesn't matter if you're using a spatula. The germies are still flying around. It skeeves me out. But Pizza Ranch chicken is so good. Because they've got it set up. You've got the big table, and you have various types of pizza. And one of the cool things that they'll do, I haven't done it yet, but if they don't have the type of pizza that you want out there, ask for it, and they will actually bring it to you fresh from the kitchen and give you the first couple slices out of it.
Nice.
So they're very cool about that. And good friend of the show, Jamie Bronson. Goddamn motherfucker. Was there and had bore witness to a person who had gotten like the full pizza, and this dude already had like 4 plates fucking piled high with shit. They come over with the fucking pizza. How many slices would you like, sir? Oh, I'll take about 6 of them.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, it's very rare that you're going to see a thin person.
Gross. Gross. That's why I don't like buffet style dining. Gross.
It's because it's because of the participants,
Gross.
right?
Gross.
But so you got that first table, okay, and that's your pizza, right? And like I said, you can go ahead and skip it, or say, you know what, that seems like a unique flavor. I'll give that a try, okay. And then you got your salad bar type thing over here, and then over here you have your other stuff, which they got the big row of fried chicken. You got your barbecued chicken, which is basically just your grilled with the slathered in the sauce. JoJo's, they have sometimes it'll either be dressing or it'll be mac and cheese. It pisses me off because I do their mac and cheese is okay, and I actually do like it, but every time I'm in there, they got the goddamn dressing. So you're fucking stuck with dressing. And then they always swap it out just as I'm fucking ready to go. And I'm like, you fucking bastards. You evil, sadistic animals. If you like biscuits and gravy, they've always got that there. JoJo's, sometimes they'll have chicken strips. I mean, they got a wide variety of stuff. And then they have their dessert pizzas, which I don't partake because, again, I don't have the sweet tooth. But they have also have a little vanilla ice cream dispenser. So you get in there, and you get in there, I think before 4 o'clock, I think, if you get in there, it's like $8.
Huh.
After It's probably like around 10 or 12. So, you get in there, but that's during the weekdays. Weekends, it's 10 all day across the board. So really, it's not too bad. It's okay.
All right.
Like I said, if at some point, give it a whirl, if you so partake.
Huh.
But before we close out our first segment, there's something that I'm going to partake in tomorrow night. And I'm kind of excited. I'm looking forward to this.
What? If you're going to the gun show?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck, I am the gun show.
Whatever.
So, Wednesday night, we're at bowling. And we're always bitching about wanting to do something new and different because it's just pretty much just the same fucking thing over and over and over and over. And I had been hearing through the social media, various friends and people going and doing bingo. And I look over at a good friend, Jamie Bronson's wife, and I says, "You guys want to do bingo?" And holy shit, her fucking eyes widened. There was this life and this glow that I had not seen in quite some time. She's like, "Oh yes, I will have my dauber and we'll have the cards spread out." And I'm just going, I'm like, fuck, all right, cool. Jamie comes in, "What's up? What's going on, motherfuckers?" Says, "We want to go ahead and want to go do bingo?" He's like, "Fuck, all right, cool, we'll go do bingo." So I told him, okay, I will find out when they do it. Oh, they do it all the... No, they don't. You're not going to be running a bingo hall all day long. There's just no way. That does not fucking happen. So I went and checked with the local casino establishment that has its own bingo hall. I actually went and looked at it because I'd never been. I didn't even know we fucking had it. And I was like, "Oh yeah, you didn't know?" No, I didn't fucking know. I went and looked, like, fucking awesome. I went and I talked to the gal who was the cashier for the casino next door, and I says, "So tell me about the bingo. When is it? What time? What do we got here?" So Saturday, 4:00, they start bingo.
Of course, they start bingo at 4:00 in the afternoon, so the elderly can get there.
Exactly. But there's way more than just elderly that go.
Huh.
There's some pretty fucking hot chicks that go.
To the bingo parlor, huh?
I've seen them.
Okay.
Giggity, giggity.
Giggity, giggity. So, we're going to be browsing Amazon for how to pick up chicks at a bingo parlor.
Oh, no. I went on YouTube to study etiquette.
I'm your free space, baby.
Oh, what's the matter? Your daubers run out here. I got a little something for you. No, I went and I checked the etiquette. Proper bingo etiquette.
Sure.
And it basically boils down to A, shut the fuck up. Let the keno caller,
bingo.
let the bingo caller call the numbers. Okay, don't be, acting the fool or anything. Remember, the bingo caller is a human being, so don't be yelling shit out like, "Change the caller!" if your numbers aren't coming up, because he has no control over the numbers that come up. Don't yell bingo unless you have a bingo.
Oh, that's how it works.
Because some people will, apparently there's some people that'll like do that shit fucking around, and you'll see other people like tearing up their cards and shit. And it's like, if you don't have a fucking bingo and those guys are like about to, yeah, no, that's, dude, no, don't do it. So I went through all that. And again, I went back and I double checked the old book of face, making sure that, yes, these are the hot. Okay, yeah, so we got, yeah, so I'm going to go, I probably won't do like 4:00, hit there. I mean, probably get in there when the hip happening crowd shows up. You want to go?
No.
No. A very definitive no.
Nope. Gun show tomorrow. Sorry.
Is there a gun show in town tomorrow?
Yeah.
Is there? Okay. I don't know.
Yep.
So then we'll have plenty to talk about tomorrow next week. Gun shows and bingo.
Gun shows and bingo. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd rather go to a gun show.
If bingo works out, I'll send you pictures.
Uh-huh. Right.
Oh, all right, kids. Well, we're going to go ahead here. We'll take our first break. We will come back with a little bit of FGS, as well as some hot takes. It's a Quad M Show, kids. Stay tuned.
Have you checked out QuadMProductions.com lately? QuadMProductions.com is your direct access hookup to order the Enigma comic book series and download the Quad M Show podcast. Check the appearances page for upcoming events and contact us with any questions or comments. Don't be the only lonely soul who's missing out on all the fun. Visit us today at QuadMProductions.com. That's QuadMProductions.com. You're listening to the Quad M Show. Segment 2.
Welcome back to the second segment of this here Quad M Show. Again, we are your hosts. I am TJ.
And Jason.
Welcome back to the show.
And this segment, as always, is brought to you in part by Mirror Salon and Spa. Now, I know you folks are seeing those pics online and you're saying to yourselves, damn, how does TJ get that awesome hair? Well, a small part of it's genetics, kids. The big credit, however, goes to Shauna and all the fine folks over there at Mirror. Now, if you're in the Helena area, make sure get your reservations in today for all of your hair, nail, or spa needs. But also, walk-ins are always welcome. You get in there, you tell them Quad M sent you, get yourself $5 off any service they provide. Get on in there. Mirror Salon and Spa. Give them a call today, 406-603-0644, or stop on in at 2043 North Last Chance Gulch in Helena, giving you the greatest reflection of them all. It's Mirror Salon Spa. Yeah, until they change those commercials, I'll continue to go that route with it too. Helping them out. They're trying to make a brand for themselves, damn it.
Right. Did they even listen to their commercials?
On like the mainstream or on the with the us?
Us.
I know that Shauna used to listen to the show, but I mean, fuck, the poor gal works 6-7 days out of the week, so she just doesn't have time, to be able to do the listening as she was in the beginning. But no, like I said last week, I told her, I says I'm gonna really fay up that whole great reflection of the mall thing, so she knows I'm doing it.
Okay.
And I says, is there still any people going in there and getting the discounts? She says, yes, there is.
Nice.
The ones that know the ones that know. But I mean, it's a little difficult because, when you have that, you have that one barber's hairdresser, follicle technician that you go to. They're the ones you go to.
Yeah.
I mean, you ever seen that episode of King of the Hill and, Hank freaks out because his barber's got the dementia and just totally wigs out. And Bill, being the military barber that he is, finally has to convince him. And then all of a sudden, Hank winds up with a $900 haircut.
Well, if you would have mentioned the show, it would have been $895.
That's right. But you know what'll never give you a $900 haircut?
Fred G. Sanford.
Fred G. Sanford Award for Excellence in Stupidity.
Moron.
You're a moron.
Idiot.
Idiot.
Dullard.
You're always this stupid, or did you take lessons?
The FGS Award for Excellence in Stupidity.
Dummy.
You would probably say something really, you would say something about a $900 haircut being stupid.
Well, I'll tell you what. God damn it, now I know why the hell y'all got $200 fucking toilet seats. That's right. Hank Hill said fuck.
Only here will you get.
That's awesome.
Hey, you want Hank Hill going to the bar?
Come on, Bill, let's go get you some pussy.
I don't know why that came into mind, but it sounded good at the time.
Oh, no.
All right, let's get into some Fridgy Sanford. I'm going to be doing this shit all night.
Right.
So this one comes to us by way of Hiram, Georgia.
All right.
Adrian Satterley, I guess I'll say that's how it's pronounced. Adrian Satterley, age 41, was charged this past Monday with setting a massive fire. She still lived where the fire originated, despite her ex-husband being awarded the house in a divorce settlement.
Wait, what?
So this gal, Adrian Satterley, basically burned her fucking house down. She was still living in the house.
But it was awarded to her husband?
But it was, yes.
Okay,
It was awarded to her. Yeah, divorce
Okay.
settlement. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was kind of in that you have X number of days to get the fuck out. And she says, I'm not giving him nothing. Well, the problem here is the fact that investigators believe 2 mattresses were used to start the fire in the kitchen and the dining room before it spread to neighboring homes, sales insurance department spokesman Glenn Allen said. Satterley had been charged with 14 counts of first-degree arson following the fire that destroyed 4 homes, severely damaged 2 others, and caused varying degrees of heat and smoke damage to 14 others.
What's her husband's name? That guy dodged a bullet. Holy cow. Good on you, Mr. Whatever.
Satterley, we'll call him Satterley until Christopher Satterley.
Christopher.
Yeah.
Whew,
We get
Chris.
further. No, he didn't fucking dodge a bullet. He said, "I do." That's called taking one for the team.
Well, signed the divorce papers.
Yeah, well, he's got that going for him at least.
And apparently it was already settled and stuff. So,
Not in her eyes, it wasn't.
well, bitches be tripping.
Oh, that bitch was crazy.
Say bitches be tripping in Hank Hill's voice.
I tell you what, bitches be tripping.
Oh, no.
Insurance Commissioner Ralph Hudges estimated property and content loss totaling at more than $1 million. Satterley is currently being held in the Paulding County Jail without bond. She faces up to 20 years in prison
Sure as she does.
for each count.
How many counts were there? 17 or something?
Yeah, 14 counts.
14.
Yeah, so
That's a
there's
lot of math. Holy cow.
first-degree arson is a felony with a penalty of 1 to 20 years in prison with a possible fine of up to $50,000. The Insurance and Safety Fire Commissioner's Office said in a news release. She also was charged with 3 counts of aggravated animal cruelty after 2 dogs and a cat were also caught in the fires. Satterley was the only resident in the home. Homeowner, Christopher Satterley.
Do you know the word homeowner has the word meow in it?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Homeowner.
Damn it, boy, did you just say home meowner?
Yeah, I did, Dad. Sorry, I don't do a good Bobby.
Home meowner.
Chris, I'm sorry. I
Keep going.
Homeowner Christopher Satterley is her ex-husband and was awarded the house in the divorce settlement, which we had already stated earlier. They allege that Satterley started the fire inside the home on February 18th. The fire was reported at 3:25 a.m.
She didn't think investigators were going to notice that there was a mattress in the kitchen and the living room.
I think she was just crazed, divorced. Okay.
Bitches be tripping. Chris, you dodged a bullet.
I've seen them go all kinds of crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's taking dishes out of the cupboard and just slamming them on the ground and breaking them and shattering because they're having a fit, or whatever it may be. I'm going to tell you that right there. It doesn't shock me.
Well, no.
Because really, I mean, what fucking shocks anybody anymore?
Bitches be tripping.
But like our friend says,
Bitches be tripping, I'll tell you what.
so I think it's pretty safe to say that you, Adrian Satterley, age 41 of Hiram, Georgia, congratulations. Arson enthusiast, you are this week's winner of the Fred G. Sanford Award for Excellence in Stupidity.
Excellent job.
You dummy!
I'm sorry, Chris. We're really sorry.
You sure know how to pick 'em, dude. You sure know how to pick 'em.
Wonder who's the one that asked for the divorce. Maybe it was him.
That level of sour grapes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
He asked for the divorce and then he got the house. Sour grapes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's probably, now again, I'm saying this speculatively. So I'm not trying to assess, for all you kids out there, not trying to throw stereotypes or anything like that. But I'm thinking he's probably the one with the job and could afford the payments. And that's why the court said you can have the house.
Probably.
Because if she was smart,
Obviously, she wasn't.
I was going to say, if she was, 9 times out of 10, it's very rare that I see guys actually win in the divorce settlement. Because usually there ends up being, at a minimum, child support. But usually they get the house, they get the animals, they get the everything. The guy gets out on his ass and then has to pay the child support, the alimony, and all that type of stuff. I don't know. Maybe George is not one of those. I don't know what they.
And we don't know what the circumstances of the divorce were.
Exactly. It could have been infidelity that she was running around. Like California, fuck that. No, women will always win in California. I've known too many dudes who have gotten divorced in California and have lost their ass because of it. Montana, I think, is a little more lenient. I don't know what Georgia's laws are. Clearly, they're a little more lenient to the Y chromosome.
Right.
So instead,
Bitches be tripping.
Bitches be tripping.
let's get into some hot takes.
Let's do that.
All right.
News and notes from all 4 corners of the pop culture world.
And the sign gotta stay hot! You gotta stay hot! You gotta stay hot!
It's time for some hot takes.
All right. So, little bit of a scare for the fans of us. Us fans of the nerd movies and the nerd world. We had a little bit of a scare this past weekend as film director, directing legend, comic book buff, stand-up comedian now, as well as just really overall, if you ever fucking have the chance to meet him, generally good dude, Kevin Smith had himself a massive heart attack this past weekend. I don't know. Did you have a chance to read on any of this?
Just a little bit, not much.
Apparently, he suffered it after his first show, and I'm guessing this was probably on a Saturday. Because I know when we went down there for the Kevin Smith deal back in April in Spokane, it was on a Saturday, so I'm assuming that's when he does his gigs there. He did his first show and then started feeling couldn't breathe and the numbness, and ended up canceling the second show, then suffered the heart attack, managed to get to the hospital in time, and apparently, and this is the scary part, 100% blockage of his anterior, where are you at here? Of his, 100% blockage of his left anterior descending artery.
Wow.
The doctors call that the Widowmaker.
Right.
Managed to pull him out. He was okay. About 2 days later, went back home and started getting the barrage of all this stuff. I guess now he's decided to go a straight vegetarian diet now. It like I said, seeing that, it scared me because he's only 47, and this kind of it struck a nerve with me, not because of the I guess actually you'd say the religion aspect of it, but just how sometimes people can just be dicks.
Right.
You know who Chris Pratt is.
Yep.
You've seen Ghost of the Guardians of the Galaxy a time or two, and the new Jurassic World, and Chris Pratt. God, every time I see anything about it, he just seems like such a nice dude. And he sent Kevin Smith a quick little tweet, basically just saying, "Hey, I don't know you all that well, but I heard about what happened. My thoughts and prayers are with you, praying for you," and just emphasizing the fact that, okay, yeah, he believes in, God and his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and he is praying for Kevin. And immediately the Twitter the Twitter backlash started up with the whole, it's doctors that are going to save Kevin, not your grand little fairies. And I think one person even said, your little spaghetti monster isn't going to do anything for Kevin. It's doctors and medical science and all this horse shit. And, I'm just sitting there, I'm looking at this and I'm like, God, it's like, I am not by any stretch of the imagination a religious person. I am not somebody that believes in the power of prayer. Okay. But number one, I don't rag on a person's faith and belief system, because I think somebody, if that's how they have to get through the day, that's what they need to do. But also too, he was just fucking being a nice dude, right? And what these people don't realize and what they don't understand is that Kevin Smith is a practicing Catholic. So if you're trying to back up Kevin Smith with the harsh atheism, you gotta remember, dude, Kevin Smith is a practicing Catholic. He does believe in God and he does believe in Jesus. And Kevin Smith, being just the class act that he is, replied and he thanked Chris Pratt and he said, "Thank you so much for the prayers and the well wishes. I really appreciate it." And I think he said, yeah. In the statement he made when he came back, he said, number one, thanks to Chris Pratt. How sweet was that? Number two, please don't fight over stuff like this. It's a waste of time. Whether you're religious or not, someone saying, "I'll pray for you," it's good intentions.
Duh. See, yeah.
And that's what makes Kevin Smith just such a goddamn good guy. And then of course there was a whole thing about Disney sending him a giant, big, huge ass vegan sugar cookie, addressing it to Kevin James. Way to go, Disney!
A vegan cookie, huh?
A vegan sugar cookie. It's one thing you want to give a guy that just had a heart attack, is a sugar cookie.
Vegan cookie.
So there's no milk, there's no animal fat, there's no... It's just a...
So it's fucking disgusting. So
yeah.
Disney sent him a big fucking disgusting cookie with the wrong name on it. Thanks, pricks.
It's a big brick of bread and Splenda.
Ooh, no.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, truth be told, at this juncture, I'm scared straight. I've been seriously considering getting back on the wagon, quitting smoking, and changing up the diet a bit, just because, starting to get up there in years, and it's not like I've been all that great with it. And this was just kind of the thing that, yeah.
Well,
Let me know how that works out for you.
my dad's side of the family has been heart attack prone for so long as I can remember. The day Mount St. Helens erupted was the day my grandmother had her first heart attack.
Oh, wow.
What was it, 81?
It was 80, yeah. It was 80.
80, 81. Okay.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. Yeah. So ever since then, our family's been dealing with heart attacks.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And, I don't really have a high fat diet. I don't, like most of what I eat is wild game type of stuff for meats and whatnot. So
right.
I don't have a high fat. I don't even like high fat shit. So ever since I was a kid, I've been on like low fat diet and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. And every time I go to the doctors, they're like, your heart and blood pressure is excellent and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Now let's go ahead and take that blood pressure when you get one of them riled up moods, shall we?
Right.
Let's see how that works out for you.
Yeah.
Holy Jesus, get the pills. Get the script of the pills.
I need my pill.
Well, and yeah, it's...
Oh, wait, wrong side. Sorry.
My dad's side of the family is across the board heart issues. My dad, I think he's on some type of blood pressure medication, I believe. I had an aunt that passed away from a hole in her heart that even the cardiologist didn't find out until like the autopsy, I guess. I mean, nobody knew about it; just kind of like happened.
Wow. Yep.
So yeah, I mean, it's something that's very cognizant and very aware of, and it's one of those deals where I just it's time to man up. I mean, we had this discussion once, and I've actually had a couple of girlfriends really get on me about this. I've actually started taking up to eating asparagus now.
Asparagus is fucking good.
Well, we had that conversation. I was gonna, but I found a recipe on YouTube, and I love it very much. Little al dente. You just throw in some olive oil, a little bit of minced garlic, get that warmed up. Throw the asparagus in there, let it cook for about a minute. Take a teaspoon of water, pour it on, get the steam, give it another minute. Perfect.
Oh yeah. Come like spring and summer, you can find asparagus growing in the ditches all around here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's actually pretty damn good. It's smaller than your store stuff.
Sure.
But it's really good flavor for asparagus stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, give it a try.
Oh yeah. No, like I said, it's so at least now I'm giving myself healthier options.
Right.
And be able to hopefully extend out for at least another 5 years, and maybe get the 5th issue of Enigma out.
Right. Let's get it done before we die. Kevin Smith ain't gonna make a movie if we're dead.
Speaking of, I need to talk to old Mark Piocos to see when our little Jay and Silent Bob ripoff is going to be making the screens.
Oh no, yeah.
Hopefully, knock on wood. I really want that to come out. I'll whore it out for him. I want a private screening first, just in that way I know that way I can feel comfort in trying to whore out and get as many people in to watch us. Our
right,
little
to see if you want to actually go to the theater for the preview or just stay home and not face the...
Exactly. Bring all my friends in. Like, the entire movie sucks, except for that magical 5 minutes that we're in it.
Right.
But, at some point, like I said, we'll find out what's going on there. But anyways, yeah, so Kevin Smith, please take care. Well wishes to you. You got too much more shit rattling around in that head to share with us.
Indeed. Get well soon to make us laugh, fucker.
Oh, let's see here. So another thing that I did kind of want to talk about, and I lucked out. I didn't think you would have seen the movie, but when you replied and said you had seen it, I was like, thumbs up, great. We can talk about this a little bit.
Okay.
I know that it's been out for a while, so a review is kind of a little late in coming out, but I saw Bright on Netflix last night.
Right.
And I'll let you give your thoughts first, but the first thing I'm going to say is it's nice to actually have seen a movie of Will Smith's that I like.
Oh, yeah?
It's hit or miss with me when it comes to Will Smith, but...
See, I'll admit, I like Will Smith's movies. I Am Legend. I love that movie. I don't know why, but I Am Legend, I think it's a great movie. I can watch it time and time again. I don't know. I like Will Smith and his movies. So, even his Deadshot in the Suicide Squad, and
I like that one.
Right.
I liked him in that.
And the Hancock, not the Armageddon movies, the other ones. I
was gonna say not that Fallen Sky, but Independence Day.
Yeah,
the first, because he wasn't in the second one. The first one.
Yeah, yeah. I've liked Will Smith even back when I was a kid watching the fucking Fresh Prince. I don't know why I like that guy. So, but Bright. I'm not going to say Bright was like a top theatrical fucking award-winning movie. I'm going to say it was a pretty entertaining movie. I wasn't disappointed when I was done watching. I was like, hey, that wasn't too bad of a movie.
Yeah, I mean, for a Netflix film, and this would be the second Netflix film that I've seen, because I didn't even realize they were doing movies until I was watching that.
Here's the secret: they don't do that; they just buy it.
Well, yeah,
and put their label on it.
All they are is a distributor.
Yeah,
that's all they are. They maybe have something to do with production from time to time, but for the most part, they're just a distributor. That's all. But I didn't realize they were getting in that game. I thought they were just doing the TV series. And I kind of learned that lesson with the Cloverfield paradox.
I think the like one of my favorite parts in Bright was that the little fairies were considered like mosquitoes,
like giant bugs, insects.
He comes out, fucking smashes one with a broom, and
Now, see, for you kids that haven't seen the movie yet, and once again, as always, this is the Quad M show, so major spoilers ahead.
yeah,
It's basically like if you took the Lord of the Rings style of universe, magic and mythos and all that type of stuff,
and your different races: elves, orcs. Fairies,
magic users.
I don't know if there was like golems or trolls. Or
No,
anything.
it was only those three were the different races.
The humanoids, yeah. And it's like if they were real and they just basically grew as part of society.
And just think 2,000 years of evolution and advancement from the time of the magic up until like the world of today. If J.R.R. Tolkien's world of today
Kinda, yeah.
was going on.
Yep. With a little bit of like real world like racism.
Well,
The ogres. Nobody liked the ogres.
Yeah, it was the orcs. You're like, oh,
Or the
you're
orcs.
yeah,
Yeah.
you orc bastards and all that
Yeah.
type of stuff. And basically, it's like if you took Lord of the Rings, mashed it up with Training Day, and maybe some kind of Serpico type of thing going on in there, and then kind of threw in like a Warriors type of vibe where it's like, oh shit, we're stranded. We have to get to safety because I'm a cop that just shot 4 other cops. Oh. And I think he even stated at one point in time, half of the police department was into vampirism. There was
Right.
that.
I think so, yeah.
So you've got Will Smith as like the renegade cop. You've got his partner that he's stuck with, who is an orc, who's played by, I believe his name is Joel Edgerton, whom I didn't. I checked him out on IMDb. He's in a ton of shit. A lot of shit that I probably should have seen but haven't. The only reference point I could make with him was he was the guy that played Uncle Owen in episodes 2 and 3 of the Star Wars prequel trilogy. Yeah, so Will Smith's character is the cop nobody wants to ride with, and he gets stuck with the first orc policeman as his partner,
That nobody else wants to be with either. So
because orcs are just considered trash, and you guys worship the Dark Lord. Fuck you people.
Right.
And then at the very beginning of the movie, well, it turns out that Will Smith gets shot down by a gangsta orc, because a lot of the orcs run in gangs in South LA. And so he's man down, he's been shot. And so the orc goes chasing after him. Then they fast forward to the day that Will Smith is coming back on the force, and then it kind of goes from there. And basically once they get through that, it all kind of centers around them and this elf and a magic wand. Talking about it sounds fucked up.
It does. And another thing I did like was that the elves were the bad guys. Typically in your like that type of universe, elves are like, they're the good guys because they're elves.
Right.
In this one, they were a little bit less than good.
They're like, the best way I would describe elves in this movie would be like your nihilistic, sleek German hipsters.
Kinda, yeah.
They would be like if you took Dieter from Saturday Night Live, the character from Saturday Night Live, Mike Myers used to play, like it's sprockets and now is the time that we dance, and you put them in and then you just make them like really hot, and put them in black leather with Spock ears.
Yep.
There's your elves. Mm-hmm. And they're the whole thing is they're trying to get this wand so they can try to summon the Dark Lord, and all the wackiness thereby ensues.
Yes.
And it sounds like a really high-end concept, but like I said, if you just sit there and just say
it's pretty basic. I mean,
yeah, like I said, Lord of the Rings meets Training Day. meets The Warriors. I mean, that's the best way that I can describe this movie. For just to bear it down.
It's a buddy cop movie.
Yeah, and now also too, just because it has Will Smith, I was actually kind of surprised in like the first 5 minutes how many times "motherfucker" was said in the movie. so remember this, boys and girls. Just because it's Will Smith doesn't mean the kids should watch it.
Right.
It just depends on whether or not you're okay with your kids hearing the words "motherfucker" being said repeatedly. If you're okay with it, go. Enjoy.
Right.
Enjoy.
No, you don't have to go. Just watch.
Yeah, because it's at home.
Yeah.
But you can watch it on the go.
You can.
If you have Netflix on your phone, like
Anyway.
I do.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I mean, I was pleasantly surprised. Because again, like I said, with me, Will Smith is very it's hit or miss. Some movies I really dig on. Other movies, okay, that's
You
2 hours of my life.
You can't
Done.
judge Will Smith's movie career on Wild Wild West. So
No, or Afterlife, or you gotta, it's
But,
it's you have to take.
not every actor
has
has an awesome movie. So whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you got to take the two worst ones out and take the two best ones out, and there you have their career. Like say Tom Hanks. He's had some shit movies in his time.
Yep.
But he's also had like fucking Philadelphia, Forrest Gump, Castaway.
Yep. Saving Private Ryan and
Exactly. So I mean, if you took like the two best and take out the two worst, I mean, you've still got a great body of work. And like I said, Will Smith is like I said, that's just my own personal opinion. He's got some stuff, he's got some, but I just sat down and I said, I will watch this because it looks really good. And it was. I really did enjoy it. I didn't feel like I wasted 2 hours watching this movie.
It seemed to have good production value. I think I'm using that right. Like the special effects and camera work and the whole movie put together was well done.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. And the only knock that I have on the movie is the end. And when I say the end, I mean the very, very end. When they're standing up on the platform and the pictures of the dead police are with them and the orc is getting his medal and he's accepted by everybody and yay. I hate that. To me, it seemed that it was forced upon them. I don't know if it was by Netflix or by whatever studio was running the show.
Okay.
That shit to me felt forced and out of place in the entire text. Because the movie itself is a very dark movie.
It is.
I mean, it takes place overnight. It's very dark. I mean, even in the day when he goes to pick, when the what was his name? Nick Jacoby was the name of the orc. Yeah, orcs actually have first and last names in this world. So Jacoby goes to pick up Will Smith's character of Ward. It's even in the daytime and they're out in the hood. It still felt dark.
Yeah.
And this last 2 minutes where it's just all happy-go-lucky Star Wars celebration, we're getting medals, it felt so out of place.
You're right. I'll agree with that.
If the way the movie should have ended was just when they're laying on the ground, the orcs, and Jacoby is laying on top of Ward, and he says, I should have been a fireman. And Will Smith says, yeah. Fireman's good. Boom, roll credits. That would have been perfect. That would have been the perfect ending for the movie, and none of the happy pandering bullshit at the end.
Indeed.
That's really the only. And if that's the
that's
only
the good
negative,
word, pandering. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, if that's the only negative I can come up with, it did pretty good in my book. So I would say, for myself personally, I would give it. I'd give it like a 3.75 out of 10. Not out of 10, but out of 5.
Out of 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. A good 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, because like I said, my book, I've only done it.
It's not a waste of time. It's entertaining.
But definitely go watch it. It's a good flick.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy it. So as we go into our third segment, came across a story about a new little invention that's kind of in its final phases of testing and production and all this type of stuff that's going to be hitting the stores relatively soon.
All right. How stupid is this going to be?
Well, for a guy, it's pretty much going to be useless.
Okay.
A little deal made by an adult entertainment company called Cam Soda is introducing the RubGrub.
The RubGrub.
The RubGrub. It's an interactive vibrator that orders food after you're done using it.
I don't want food after I'm done jerking off.
Well, like I said, this is a vibrator. This is a vibrator. So this is an innie, not an outie.
Okay.
Oh, and as I'm reading the little bit of the news article on this, according to a press release, the Diddle and Dine device comes with an internet-connected button on one end that's similar to the button on the Amazon Dash Wand.
Wait, didn't we already cover something about some vibrator being connected to the internet causing backlash? Is this another one?
This is another one. This is a different one. This is like...
Studies show that 42% of women prefer Chinese takeout after masturbation.
Well, at this juncture, the way that this works is that the person, well, let's just say the woman programs their payment, delivery, and order information, and the RubGrub connects you to your local pizza place through its application programming interface. Right now, the only one that it's using is Domino's, because Domino's is the only one where their API is public.
Okay.
I didn't, I guess you have to. For the other joints or whatever. Domino's representatives have no idea that the RubGrub even existed. And let's see here. Company spokesman told the Huffington Post that the chain knows nothing about the RubGrub.
The RubGrub.
The RubGrub.
So, if you want to see something, folks, if you want to see something really, really hilarious, get on the YouTube and look up a video of a fleshlight shoved in a car exhaust pipe. It's fucking righteous. You'll be giggling for a long time.
My thing is with the old RubGrub, which hey, but it's whatever. Hey, people want to buy it, check it out, have fun, good time, and all that. What does it know better? Like if the button is on, like wherever the button may be, if it's accidentally pressed.
Yeah, some chick might have like 42 pizzas showing up at her goddamn door. You know what I'm saying? Oh wow, I got a little vigorous.
Take them back. Take them back.
Nothing like that for dudes. Well, all we can say is, according to my Nike wrist-mounted pedometer, I masturbated 42 miles today.
And I'm sorry.
Didn't order me a cheeseburger.
Well, they'll never have it for guys because, quite frankly, I don't know, and I don't want to know. I don't know how many dudes have, those magical toys.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I'll tell you, I know for me personally, I've been forced to going to some of those like adult Tupperware parties, and I've seen the equipment that's available for men, and those things are just frightening contraptions.
Right?
There's nothing classy about them. Women's, they're like sleek silver bullets and all that stuff. This is the jackrabbit. This is the sledgehammer. This is the this. It's like you fucking open up like the Punisher's fucking hidden closet armory. They can fucking show you the entire thing, and all of them are just like shiny. And this, and of course, they get like the fucking whoop big ones that fucking just look like big old destroyers with a fucking throbbing head on them and shit. They can be kind of, but for the most part, they're just these classy, sleek silver. Listen to the sound. Whereas fucking men's like. I name it Bertha. There's nothing classy about dude shit. So
no.
I'll just stick to the hand and the Kindle. Thank you.
There you go. Get a kickstand and you're set.
And I am the kickstand. What are you talking about?
Oh no.
All right. right. Well, so on that note,
If they wanted to make something for guys, they can make a tablet case with a built-in lotion dispenser. There you go.
even a little discreet pocket on top for your Kleenex and tissues.
Oh, no.
Most of those Kindle, case holders are pretty fucking sleek and tiny, like your little cell phone type thing. Like, no, you can tell when it's a man's Kindle because it's the size of a fucking Kleenex box.
Yeah, it weighs 12 pounds.
The brick.
Go to set it down on the counter.
The brick from Cam Soda.
72-hour battery.
Oh, good Lord. All right, kids, let's go ahead here. We'll take our next break, and we will be back. Third segment, a little bit of Reddit fun. Squad M Show, gang. Stay tuned.
In a city where corruption rules the streets, only one man can stop the serial killer known as the Blood Bandit. James Kurt, a former police officer turned private investigator, must race against the clock to stop the madman before he achieves his ultimate diabolical goal. When JK's brother Alex is thought killed in the line of duty and mysteriously returns with no memory of his past life, the stakes are raised even higher. Enigma, the comic book series from Quad M Productions, written and illustrated by TJ Damon, with colors and effects by Jason Vickers. Enigma. Order your copy at quadmproductions.com today.
You're listening to the Quad M Show. Segment 3.
Welcome back to the third and final segment of this here Quad M Show. Again, we are your hosts. I am TJ.
And Jason.
Boy, oh boy, really great work, bitches.
And this segment is brought to you in part by DeeplyDapper.com. Now, you've heard us go on and on about all that sweet merch that you can pick up over at DeeplyDapper.com. Original art prints and books, vinyl wrapped metal flasks, custom key hangers and light switch plates, as well as those handmade soaps, all based on your favorite pop culture properties. But there's so much more. Get on over there to DeeplyDapper.com now. Make sure to check out the 3D Pod Casket, as well as the Robot Kraken podcasts. Both shows, I haven't seen him post anything up yet, but I'm sure he's going to be getting the recordings here going pretty darn soon. So make sure to get in on the action. Catch up. Play the catch-up game. Get in there, listen in, and then you're ready when the shows start up again here soon. Yeah, go that route with it.
Okay.
So what are you waiting for, gang? Get on out there. Check him out. Check our buddy Chris out over at DeeplyDapper.com. Again, that is DeeplyDapper.com. Better living through tentacles.
Tentacles.
I think he's working Salt Lake this weekend. From what I've been seeing on the Facebook and the Graham O Insta.
Graham O Insta.
You know, the book
I think you picked that up at the dispensary.
Yeah, it's right. It's right there down aisle 7, right in between the cream of wheat and the Quaker Oats.
In a Hank Phil's voice, can you say, can I get 3 grams of Afghan Kush?
Well, I'll tell you what, Boomhauer, that California hot grass was just kicking me right in the boo-boo. Can you get me 3...
What was it again? Afghan Kush?
Afghan Kush.
Can you hook me up with 3 grams of that Afghan Kush? I just want something to take the edge off after I mainline that 8-ball.
Oh, no.
All right, no witty segues. Let's get into some Reddit fun.
Let's do that.
Reddit fun with Jason.
What is the Reddit mind provided for us this week?
What's one thing you can say to piss off an entire fan base?
Based on the video we've just seen, apparently the word Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Apparently, yeah.
No, I will. I actually have one for this.
Okay.
If I were at a comic book convention trying to sell my wares and I'm building my fan base, all I would have to do is announce over the loudspeaker, I am officially joining up with the Gay the Nuke Baby Whales for Christ movement.
Yes.
That'll piss them all off.
There you go.
And you, good sir.
What I have is probably not original, so we'll just get into it.
Nobody cares about originality on this show.
When I first read the question, I was like, Doctor Who cares? And
Doctor Who cares? So what do the Redditeers have to say?
The Redditeers, they aren't even real musicians. They just get out on stage and press play. That comes from Abtino11.
Okay.
Pestamite says, I've read fan fiction better than the source material. Ouch. That would piss off a lot of people.
Seems to me like they're really just going out to piss off the creators of shit.
Callanth says, having lived in Baltimore for years, it turns out that saying Ray Lewis is a murderer tends to get under the skins of a Ravens fan quick.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I'm shading. Here we go. More like Doctor Who cares. Told you I wasn't original. Oh, Chili John says, Potter should have joined Slytherin and bullied the ginger tossers. Meg Megam says, but why doesn't Superman stop Loki? Oh, okay.
Well, that's because if you pay attention to the comic book universe.
Oh no, here's one for you.
For me, okay.
This is from Patience Hero. Roman Reigns is the greatest wrestler of all time. Even better than Ric Flair.
Fucking bullshit!
S Fanatic says, Pokemon. Oh, what? When? Says, I can't stand that dragons and incest show.
Oh, God. Okay. Had to think for a second.
Yeah. Oh. Brute Michael says, oh, ooh. Okay, I'm not saying this, but this is Brute Michael says, I thought his name was Zelda.
Oh, yeah, that's been around for so fucking long. I think the only one that gets pissed off about that is Link.
Right? Part-time adult says, the iPhone 8 is just an iPhone 6 reboxed. Whatever.
You want to know? No, you know what's funny though? Like, how many people got pissed off when that iPhone 10 was first coming out, and like the running joke was, you know, how can you identify sheep? They're the ones standing in line paying $1,000 for a new fucking iPhone. Oh my God, I posted that and I had like 10 people, instead of like, it was like angry frowny faces. Like, yeah, that'll rile them up real good.
Talmadge Reynolds says, George R.R. Martin is never going to finish the last 2 books. It's not happening. Just enjoy the show. Jay Digla. K-pop is just 90s American pop in Korean.
No, it's better.
Automatic Bobcat says, not only is Sonic not good now, it was never particularly good.
That one doesn't faze me too much. I was never a Genesis guy.
I wasn't either. I played Sonic like at friends' places or whatever, but yeah, it was
an okay game. I got
was
along with
NES, Super NES, and then PlayStations. And
yep.
Unsound M says, can you please switch off Hanzo? I don't know what that means.
Neither do I, but I've heard the Hanzo phrase used before, but I'm not sure. Maybe it has something to do with that whole RubGrub thing, maybe.
Maybe.
You've already ordered 50 pizzas. Will you just turn the fucking Hanzo off now, please?
Maybe. Fournote says the best Star Wars movie was any film not in the original series. Ooh, another one. Sakura P13. Jar Jar was by far the most profound character in any of the Star Trek movies.
Wow, yeah, that'll get him going. So you people out there in podcast listening Wonderland think that might just be funny? Pull that shit in the middle of a fucking convention and just see what fucking happens.
Right. Oh, shit. Oh, I lost it. Here we go. All right. Kind2311 says, the Big Bang Theory is for people who got their feelings hurt by It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Fantastic explanation. Anime is for socially awkward Reddit people who use their socially awkwardness to gather sympathy.
Here again, work enough conventions. That's not too far from the truth.
Yeah, I'm... Audible Nod says, Rick and Morty? Oh, you mean that terrible Doc and Marty ripoff. TJ Bowles says, the first gen of Pokemon is the only gen that counts. Every Pokemon beyond number 151 is terrible and poorly designed.
Yeah, let's just go back to just Pokemon. Just say Pokemon and...
Right? 436F6E67726174773 says, Gandalf really should have told Harry about him being a Horcrux sooner. Ouch.
With of course the picture of Patrick Stewart saying it.
Sorrow says, Overwatch? More like overrated.
Never played it, so I can't jump on the bandwagon
Yep,
there.
that one went right by me.
Yeah.
For Harambe and Valor says,
I don't know why. I mean, how long ago was it that gorilla got killed?
oh yeah, too long ago.
Every time something comes up about Harambe, I piss my pants laughing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Continue.
Severus Snape is a vile character, and his love for Lily doesn't make up for the shit he pulled on Hogwarts students. See,
I'm not into...
I totally miss the Harry Potter thing. I
didn't miss it. I just didn't get into it enough, and I have no idea who the fuck Lily is. So
I don't know
there
either.
you go. We'll edit that one out.
I'm probably drinking, says the intent. Oh, fuck.
Power through it, dude. Power
This
through
one's
it.
good. This one's good. The intent is to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes. You don't remember that shit going on with the Star Wars Battlefield game?
No.
Oh, fucking EA released, I'm pretty sure it was one of the Star Wars Battlefront type games, but like released like such a bare bones cop release of the game.
Right.
And then wanted to charge people to unlock shit in the game.
Oh, fuck. A bunch of companies fucking do that now.
And,
yeah. I mean, it's bullshit.
And EA fucking went way overboard on the Star Wars game. I was reading a thread about it. One guy figured to unlock the entire game would have been like almost like over $2,000 or some shit, absurd number like that.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Konami was kind of doing the same thing. Like after they kicked out Kojima, after they Kojima was fucking let go, and they decided they went ahead and released the Metal Gear Survive, which I barely covered it once on the show, and it just disgusted me so much I just never wanted to fucking talk about it, but I guess I'll talk about it here. In that Konami with their games wanted to go with those fucking microtransactions. And one of the big fucking things that people are going off on with Metal Gear Survive, not only because it's not Hideo Kojima involved, it's a piece of shit game where basically part of the mother base during the attack at the beginning or in Phantom Pain, this section of mother base gets sucked into a wormhole, sent to another dimension where it's in this vast wasteland. And so your job is to basically kind of rebuild the base in the midst of this wasteland, which quite frankly, all it is the old Afghanistan map from Phantom Pain, but they fog it out. They fog out to make it seem like it's just a wasteland desert. It's basically like Afghanistan without the fun. In Metal Gear, in the Metal Gear world. In the real world, it's probably the same as Afghanistan. Anyways, so your whole deal is to protect your deal against the Walking Dead that come to attack, right? And it's just bullshit. And damn near everything in this thing is fucking microtransactioned. Like you want a second save slot? You want to start a new game save slot? $10.
Fuck that shit. My God, man.
That's why I stick to my old school games. I don't just it's on the cartridge, no downloads. I can just fucking play.
Right,
and I'm good
like
to go.
the price of video games, like man, when we were kids, they were $50.
Oh fuck, even more.
Yeah,
because
and
the
that was-
cartridges were so fucking expensive.
Dude, 50, that was a fucking lot of money, goddamn 35 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it was the whole game. You got the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Bugs and all.
Yep. Bugs and all, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, no, I mean they're
if you're
getting
shelling
ridiculous
out
now.
Yeah, and now games are getting to be like $60, $70 I've seen. And if I'm going to shell out $60, $70 for a game, it better be the whole fucking thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, there's not a lot of good things I'll say about GameStop, but one of the things I do
here's your
like,
burger. Would you like a bun with that?
Yeah.
For additional fee? How about some onions or some mustard? You want ice with that, huh? Fuck you. Moving on. Ambassador for the 90s says, Rick and Morty isn't a deep, thought-provoking show. It's just about a guy who is bored and takes his grandson on adventures. That's kind of the gist of the show, really.
yeah.
Oh, ouch. Firefly's never going to come back. Even if it did, you'll never be happy with it because you'll keep comparing it to how you feel it used to be.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That's
this one I agree with. The Big Lebowski is boring.
Fie on you, good sir.
Right?
No, I'm not going to agree with that. I love the movie.
Yeah. I think it's one of the worst movies ever.
We've had this debate so many times.
Yeah, I know. Vinegar Balls says, Nintendo hasn't been relevant since the N64.
Aside from the Wii, I can't really agree too much. I guess some people like
I
the
can't
Switch,
disagree with him. Yeah.
I mean, some people kind of dig the Switch, but for the most part, I don't even think the 64 was that relevant besides fucking GoldenEye.
N64 had some pretty good games, actually. GoldenEye, of course. Mario Kart on the N64 was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
There was, oh, crap. N64 had some good games. But, yeah.
I just went PlayStation and just stuck that route.
Easy Does It says Hunger Games author got her idea from Battle Royale.
Yes, that I agree with 100%.
Yeah, I know. It's not an original story. I mean, shit.
And I don't even think Battle Royale did it. I could talk about that for a goddamn hour. Suffice to say, Running Man did it first and did it the best. But Battle Royale's a pretty fucking good movie.
Calico M says Reddit is just a ripoff of Imgur. Oh shit, that's funny. Oh shit. Sid and Financy says Beyonce performs like a marginally talented stripper who's about to hustle for lap dances at a Liberace as Fraggle Rock themed strip club before she pulls a razor from her weave to cut a coworker who stole her Wet and Wild lipstick.
Jesus Christ. That's our winner. That's the winner right there.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I don't think so. Winner, winner, Sheen dinner.
Oh, that's brilliant.
How the hell that didn't get upvoted to number one is beyond me.
I don't know.
That's the winner for us.
Oh, and the last one on the list is just for you. I'm Blackout says Harambe was just a gorilla.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, once again, Redditeers, you didn't disappoint. That was a good one. Thank you, kids. Well, with that being said, good sir, do you have any picks of the week for the week this week?
Picks of the week for the week this week? Oh, man. You know, I had a pick of the week, and there was it was a show I was watching that it got me clear into 3 seasons. It was Dark Matter. It's a sci-fi show. Basically, these people wake up on a spaceship.
Okay.
No idea who they are. Like, they have no memory of their past, who they are, what they do. and so on. And the show made it for fucking 3 seasons, and it was actually I enjoyed the fuck out of it.
Was this that Black Mirror show?
No.
Or Black Matter? Dark Matter.
Dark Matter.
Dark Matter. Okay.
And I really fucking enjoyed the show, and it was going to be my pick of the week. But then I learned this week that they canceled the rest of the seasons.
What?
Right.
Is it a Netflix original show?
No.
Series? Oh. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, it was the story, the waking up on the ship and not knowing who they are. These people, like, they have to figure out basically who they are, what their jobs were. You know, they have no idea. You know, one guy's like, well, I remember, like, you fixed this thing doing this. And, you know, they remember, like, how to do some stuff, but they don't know who they are or what they did or
right
type of stuff. And it was actually pretty damn good. And I'm disappointed they fucking canceled it.
Well, maybe if there's enough of a fan base outrage out there, perhaps maybe Netflix might pick it up as an original for themselves.
Whatever.
You never know.
Like that guy said, Firefly's never coming back.
Well,
and if it does, it'll never be what it...
It'll never be the same. Well, you know, that's like fucking, you know, all that shit had to go down with Kevin Spacey. Now I'll never really know how House of Cards was supposed to end, you bastards.
A friend of mine recommended The Usual Suspects.
Good movie.
And I thought it was a dumb fucking movie.
That's because they talk.
No. It was, I mean, the movie was like well made and stuff. It wasn't like bad acting or anything, but there was no mystery. It was, as soon as Kevin Spacey said Kobayashi Maru was the lawyer's name, bam, the movie was fucking done right there. He's fucking...
Kaiser Sose. It's okay. The movie's over 20 years old. There's no spoilers involved with it now.
So we'll fucking spoil a movie that comes out tomorrow. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I know we will. I mean, I know we will, and I know we don't. I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah, a friend likes, watch this movie. It's really good, really good. You'll never figure it out till the end. And I was like, no, it's him. And as soon as he said Kobayashi Maru, I was like, that's a fake name from Star Trek. He's the guy. And what do you know? 2 hours later, yep.
He is, lighting up a cigarette and just skipping it and dancing out of the fucking police.
Yep.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, but from the trailers that I have seen thus far, here is your homework, kids. Next week, I will review Mute. It's a movie on Netflix. Another one of those Netflix original movies.
Okay.
And it looks like it has... It's like just from what I'm seeing, it looks like it's going to be a cross between like a gangster flick and Blade Runner. And because there appears to be what looks like a lot of sci-fi type, you know, flying cars and all that type of stuff going around. But what it looks like it centers around is this mute bartender falls in love with this woman, and the woman falls in love with him, but apparently she's got herself a bit of a history and a bit of a past. And she says, I can't do this, and just up and disappears. He goes looking for her, and it appears that there's just kind of this very angry crime web of intrigue that circles around him. And everybody, you know, and of course the fact that he's mute throughout the trailer, everyone's like, why doesn't he talk? And like Beautiful Woman says, he just doesn't have the words. But just from the looks of it, it looks like it's a really good, intense movie. Runs about 2 hours. So over this week, I'm going to watch Mute, and it looks like you're writing down the name. So
yep.
So you'll see if you can get through it.
Yep.
And we will talk about that next week. So that's my pick of the week, kids. Go out, watch Mute, and then follow along with us on the next one.
It's like a color by numbers.
Well, sometimes you got to give the kids homework to make sure they're paying attention.
Indeed. So get your crayons and your Netflix. I'll be doing the same.
And your pencils. Here's your picture pages. Until Bill Cosby rapes another picture page with you.
Right. I'm sitting there fucking watching Netflix and working on Enigma, right? And it's like, what the fuck am I? I'm watching movies and coloring in my coloring book. Where's my candy? Oh, it's right there.
It's right there.
I found my gummy bears.
I was just, you don't still have those fucking Haribo gummy bears I gave you, do you? Oh, okay.
I couldn't eat the whole bag, remember? Or wait, I don't know. Can't remember
I know
if
you gave a
thought-
shit ton to a buddy's kid. Since they weren't since I mistakenly didn't get the sugar-free ones,
Right.
they were safe for human consumption.
Safe for human consumption. Yeah.
Maybe one of these days we'll have ourselves another little special show, and we'll just that'll be the game of the show is eat about 5 or 6 of them before we start and see who makes it the longest.
That would be incredible.
I'll put up a tarp or something so you can shit out in the yard, just so that that way you can shit out in the yard in safety.
Right, yeah.
Not having other people bear witness to it.
It's have to be a summertime thing.
Oh, of course.
Of course. I'm not afraid to poop outside. I don't care.
Well, I mean, just in a yard, out in the woods, that's different.
Don't matter.
I know that's you. All right, well, do we have anything left to pimp, promote, propagate, or pander, good sir?
No.
Well, that will wrap it up for this week's episode of the Quad M Show. As always, kids, if you're checking us out on iTunes or any Android podcatcher, make sure subscribe, rate, and review us. Those rates and reviews are very important. Give us that 5-star love. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and now follow us on Instagram. Quad M Comics all around, kids. That's how you get to us. Until next week, this is TJ.
And Jason.
And we will see you all later, gang. Take care.
You've been listening to the Quad M Show. Copyright 2018, Quad M Productions. If you have any comments, questions, queries, quibbles, or concerns, email us at quadmcomics@gmail.com or find us on Twitter at QuadMComics.
Nutty gritty, it's a snack you can munch. Nutty gritty, a healthy snack you can crunch. You take a bunch of nuts, any kind will do. Throw in a bunch of raisins too, then invite a bunch of nuts to share with you your nutty gritty.
Do something good for your bod and brush your teeth after snacks. Join the bod.